Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How are you guys doing? We are here for the match preview as usual before the game, the day before the game to preview the game. And tomorrow it is Inter versus Lecce at home, 5 p.m. UK time kickoff for me. And yeah, it's obviously and it's going to be an interesting one. And of course, I haven't done one for a little while, but I'm gonna drop the link if you guys want to join. I know Mike Martin, see you in there. You've dropped me a message recently that you want to come onto the channel chat. So yeah, there is the link in the chat if you want to join me and we can discuss things together. I don't want today. Yeah, I just had a long, tiring day. I don't want it to. I don't want to just like talk and by myself. I want some company. I want some company. So if you've got again, as always, please try to have a decent setup. Don't just come in if you're like driving or you're like in on the bus in public transport. Just if you're in your room, you got a decent connection, decent audio, then jump in. Obviously, we talk about predicted lineups, all that stuff. Ah, damn, my sick today. We wish I could join. Fair enough, fair enough. Hope you're doing well, bro. Take care. Have those lots of liquids, drink water, and of course, some nice hot drinks as well to keep you nice and going. Mattia, don't forget to like the video on your way in, everyone. Yeah, and Mattia, of course, you usually take up the offer to join in, so you're more than welcome to join in. Eduardo as well, bro. So many injuries, but Lautaro is all on Inzaghi. Yeah, I mean the news on Lautaro we talked about in the post match of the Bologna Coppa Italia loss. I wasn't too sad about the loss, but it was the Lautaro overusage in that match. I was angry at Inzaghi for that. I was disappointed in Inzaghi for that. And now it looks like this is the end of 2023, which sounds bad. I saw some people in the Discord earlier panicking, like, "Oh, his year is over." But guys, there's only like 8 days left to the year, so it's all good. It's all good. We'll miss him for definitely for this game, and then maybe he should be back for the next game against Verona. So it's not the end of the world. Matteo as well, first in the house. Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. Bobby Marley in the house as well. And here we have the first guest coming through, the Curbster, the legend of the Discord. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing? Are you at work?
Yeah, I'm just got home trying to hide from the kids, saw this go live. So you say that you didn't want any to be alone. I said, I'll jump on for 2 minutes. Not my
Yeah.
usual energetic self screaming for 5 nils and whatnot. But
Yeah,
here
of
we are.
course. If you're familiar with Kirby, I mean, over the summer when we had the Champions League preview match, of course, you would have seen peak Kirby at that time when he was predicting us to smash Man City. But good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be here. How you been?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And just today was my last day at work and now I'm off for a week. So yeah, should be some good time to make some content or make some Twitter stuff. So yeah, you'll see more of me in the next week or so.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's talk about Inter some. I want to get your opinion on something. I think now our depth is going to be tested as much as possible because now Lautaro's out, being our best player, being the best player in Serie A by a mile, in my opinion.
Yep.
And he's out till what, maybe Kievo, I think, or Hellas Verona. Who is it we're playing on the
Yeah,
6th?
it should be Hellas Verona. So let's have a quick look at the actual fixture on this area into fixtures. It should be the next game. So yeah, they did rule out like any serious injury. Oh no, it's Genoa next. So yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Genoa Friday, which is 29. So yeah, 6th of Jan. So 2024. No, it's not too bad. If you had to pick two games, right, Kirby, it would be Lecce and Genoa for Lautaro to miss, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure. But the thing about it is, we need those two bums, Arnautovic and Sanchez, to actually pick up some slack because I think after that miss that Arnautovic had, that left-footed shot where he rolled the ball perfectly and he should have just slotted it away against Bologna.
Yeah.
After that miss, I have no more hope for him. He's a written-off cause for me. $10 million wasted. Should have gotten to Remy.
Yeah, well, I think he's got about a month now to kind of save his career at Inter, really. Because January window, I still don't think we're gonna do anything. But if he gets injured, or if Sanchez gets injured, then their hand might be forced. But otherwise, it looks like how Inzaghi is as well. Like we saw when he was with Correa, like he he does trust his guys. Like he will keep playing them until they regain form. And with Correa, he never did. But we just have to hope, right, that Sanchez and Arnautovic do something.
What really bothers me is just Sanchez put up some numbers last season, and it really made you excited. You said, "Oh my God, Alexis found himself. He found his ability to give an assist,
Well,
score a goal."
excited, but yeah, it was kind of those like it's better than Correa, right? That was my expectation, like at least
Yeah,
better than Correa.
I mean the bar is so low right now for anybody coming
Yeah,
off the
but he's
bench.
not even reaching that bar though. That's the thing.
I know. Even when he scored, him and Arnautovic scored against, was it Benfica? I was just like, man, I'm not even excited for you guys. I'm not even happy for y'all because y'all are playing so terribly.
Yeah.
But, one person I'm a little bit disappointed with on a real though is Protesi. I just don't understand how a midfielder can have such horrific passing numbers as him. Part of me is really trying to think, would it be a good career move to push him out to the right wing back? Huh? Where
Yeah.
he could do the Dumfries back pass and just get his numbers up for a little while.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I spoke about it like when we signed him, and then it's that thing of like, are we being like too positive with him, or are we being too harsh? It's kind of you trying to find that balance of things. But
Correct.
that's his characteristic. Like that's nothing new. Like when I watched him at Sassuolo 2 years ago, when I made my scout report, it was the same issue. Like his numbers passing wise just looked awful. But I'm gonna give him the 1 year of Inzaghi coaching, because we know that Inzaghi, especially with Mezzalas, that's like his specialty. So I'm gonna give him this 1 year, 1 season to kind of get accustomed. And now we can also see like why at the beginning of the season we kind of moaning like Mkhitaryan, but now you kind of see like, okay, maybe this is why Mkhitaryan continues to start, right?
I could agree with that. I could agree with that. And, there's a little bit of a hot take, but I'm expecting more from Aslani now. I'm,
Mm.
I'm not seeing that step up from him to become even a rotational player properly. He could come in
Whoa.
the last minutes where people are tired. I just don't. He has the talent, he has the ability, but something is stopping him from taking that next step, the next level.
Apparently
Uh,
Kandreva just scored at Salernitana 2-1 up.
hey, that's it. Does future right wing back, let me tell you.
It actually might be. It's not even a joke. That's not even a joke.
Hey, I know people might be a little bit angry, but I would take the Candyman back. I will take some
Oh, let's stop
spectacular
him, man. It's like
Candyman
all
back
these
goals.
guys that keep coming back, like Sanchez and like people want Icardi. Like, can we just move on from players?
No, but just as a stopgap for half a season, instead of us going to spend some exorbitant amount of money on like Buchanan or something, who I just think is, I don't know, who is it? Lazaro
Yeah,
reincarnated.
yeah.
Step
That's
overs.
way.
I see y'all propping his step overs on Twitter, and I'm like, oh no, not this again. Is that
Hey,
what you are?
Mattia. Yeah.
Hey
Maxim.
guys, good to
Hey
see.
buddy,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up?
yeah. Good one, good one. Good to see you again, Kirby. Thank you so much for streaming, brother. Thank you so much for all of us.
You're gonna get them to come for me, buddy. I
There's
know
no
streaming
streaming.
what?
I didn't
Guys, I
say
don't know.
what
I
and
have no
where.
idea what you're talking about. No clue.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
How you doing, Mattia? You said you can only stay for a little short time, so give us your quick takes on what we've been talking. Just Aslani, Frattesi, Arnautovic, Sanchez.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on those guys. Aslani hasn't showed anything since he arrived, and yeah, I'm losing hope that he's gonna get that level, that Inter level that we require. I'm really starting to lose that hope. He was promising, but I don't see it. Without Hakan, and previously Brozo, that position is really important for us. And you could see it's a big step down from Hakan. So yeah, it's not looking like he's gonna make that step, unfortunately. So I don't know who's gonna have that position after Hakan. I'm not sure if we're gonna be secure there. And don't get me on Sanchez and Arnautovic. They are as useful as you guys and I would be together playing for Inter. I mean, they're nothing. I mean, they are like non-existent. We were hoping like, oh, at least better than Korea, right? No, they're the
Yeah,
same.
that's what we just said. Yeah.
They're the same. So that's the problem, I think, because we are one Lautaro or Thuram injury from disaster, from season ending. The only good thing is that this period is a bit easier. I'm calling it easier because these games, Genova took a point from Juventus, so there is no easy game. But on paper, they're all bottom of the table sides, so that's at least lucky. We're not going to Rome, we're not going to Naples, we're not going to Turin, so at least that's the only good thing. But now subs have to show up. I don't expect anything from Sanchez or Arnautovic, but hopefully midfield or someone shows up. Yeah.
Just to expand on your 2 points, Matteo. First one is just a joke. The expectation was so low, you expected nothing, and you're still disappointed by those two guys.
Exactly.
Right? And then I will say this, I've been an Inter fan since '97. We're in January. We're about to be in January, in December, January. And part of me, when Lautaro started to touch his groin, kind of showed that he's injured or fatigued. My Inter bells just started ringing. I swear to you, my face dropped. I said, "This is it. This is where it all ends."
Into the winter depression season. That's something Banter era Inter fans know about. But on Aslani, my opinion is I think we're a bit like harsh on Aslani because we judge him like there was that cameo he made against Roma. He came on and he made that pass that led to the goal, and we were like, oh yeah, he's stepping up. But then like as soon as he makes one kind of average game, it's kind of like, oh, he's not ready. So I feel like it's harsh to judge Aslani and the Fratesi as well because they play when we rotate the whole midfield. I want to judge Aslani like if he comes in with Barella and Mkhitaryan, Aslani stepping in for Haka, and then Fratesi coming into midfield next to Mkhitaryan and Hakan. Like then I would be able to judge these guys better because they play the fully rotated team or the half rotated team. So I feel like it's a little bit harsh to judge them when they play in those conditions.
I agree when you say that when he has like a 5-minute cameo or 10-minute cameo, but he played the full game against Bologna and he still didn't show anything. I don't care that, maybe Barella didn't play the whole game. You are inter-level or you're not inter-level, and I understand, of course, there is growing up, there is adjusting to the role, but this is not his first season. For example, I have seen more from Bisseck, who just arrived, more development than from Aslani, who has been here even the last season. That's
a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, Bisseck stepped in like almost. He's apart from that Benfica first half, that was like he looked like, whoa, it's a bit shaky. But since that, and then he's like been just almost faultless, which is
I don't know what Inzaghi told him at halftime, but he's a new player since then.
No, Inzaghi does give players the ability, well, not the ability, but the chance to right the ship in the first 15 minutes of the second half. He always gives that little opportunity. We've seen it countless times with Dumfries, which is, is admirable, but sometimes you need that change.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, who he's learning off as well, he's clearly taking on board wherever Darmian, Acerbi, De Vrij, like what a, group of defenders to learn from Bisseck has got on his CV, on his resume now. So that's, I'm actually, surprised by Bisseck because I thought he was going to be like a, Bellanova type of experiment that just, plays maybe 400 minutes and then we just never see him again. But he actually looks like, potential good rotation guy to have, even if we don't buy a defender in January.
But what's good to Matea's point though, like Aslani's been here a while, Bisseck's now come, and when he was given the opportunity, he grasped it with two hands
Yeah.
and then let go. You know, and I'm not seeing that kind of grit and determination from Aslani to take that step forward, and that really terrifies me because we all know that somebody's coming for Hakan, whether it's Saudi Arabia or well, there's murmurs of Liverpool in the EPL. There's somebody coming to try to, throw money his direction. And how do we move on from that? We have no Brozovic to fall back on, and it's such an integral role for our team. Like that's the position that makes the entire team tick, in my opinion. So where do we go from here afterwards? And I'm not seeing any names or any people on our team right now, or even in the league, that could step up and maybe take over Hakan's role. And that's what terrifies me.
Yeah,
I know
but
I should live for now, but
well,
I can only
even
think of the future.
Hakan himself wasn't the guy. Remember, he somehow became the guy. Inzaghi developed him into the guy. So yeah, sometimes the answers are not in our faces. But yeah, no, it's a good point. It's a good point with Aslani. He does need to show a little bit more. I agree.
For sure. Should we address? Sorry for stepping in there. Darmian's contract extension. I think that's worth mentioning. Yeah,
I didn't see it, so that's why I was like surprised by Balkan Warriors' message. I'm trying to find the news. I didn't actually see it myself. So
I saw it on Reddit. So there was a thread posted around 10 hours ago.
Oh yeah, found it. There you go. Nico Skira, Matteo. So another 1-year extension as usual, which is I can guarantee you probably didn't even get a contract, like a pay rise. Like this guy is just what a professional, what a legend this guy is becoming for us, right? Like I'm not throwing that word around willy-nilly. Like he is really becoming legend material.
It was so good to see him with that captain armband, man. He is I love my namesake. He is so consistent, so reliable. He's like you can use him in any position you want. You can always count on him to deliver what you need. I have not enough words of respect for Darmian.
Oh, but I would put him up front, to be honest. I reckon you'll do a job up front as well.
Give me 11 Darmians and I'll give you this Scudetto. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking.
Sir Alex Kirby. Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys a question. January. Let's say we have 10 million to spend. This is a hypothetical, which is already 10 million is already crazy money for us. What position would you spend it on? Would you go with this kind of the Tejon Buchanan rumor that we're hearing now? Would you go for a centre back or get Thiago Jallo early rather than free? Or would you spend on that striker if you tried to get Taremi? What would you guys do? Mattia,
Striker, no doubt. I think that's the weakest. I see Marotta is obsessed with midfielders. He is stacking midfielders. Also Samardzic was supposed to come, and now we're looking into more midfielders. So I don't know, man. I think the only place where we are critical, where it's crisis mode, if there is an injury, it's 2 strikers. I think we need a striker. Counterpoint, which is a good counterpoint, is who is available that is good enough. That's a good counterpoint. But counterpoint to that is who is better than Sanchez and Arnautovic? Everybody.
Well, we thought Sanchez and Arnautovic would have done a better job than Correa, and that's just blown up in our face. But I actually think that right wing back is a little more dodgy because as much as I like Matty Dams, he's really a right centre back through and through now. He doesn't have the legs for right wing back, and to keep putting him there, we lack a lot. I mean, I give Dumfries as much stick as the next guy, but Dumfries has turned into a player under Inzaghi. Yes, we might get frustrated, but he does a good job defensively and offensively. So I would actually say we try to steady the ship in the striker position and we go for a right wing back. Buchanan just ain't it for me though. I don't want no maple syrup.
Yeah. I'm not particularly excited about that. But Auxilio, our sporting director, has been scouting him now for like over a year. We've been linked with this guy for over a year. I've always come to accept that at some point, whether it's free or he's coming to Inter, because he seems to be obsessed with him, and clearly Inzaghi's giving the green light to him. But he's such a big project. Like, yeah, he's not going to make an instant impact. You have to work on him so much. You're going to have to teach him how to defend, how to be tactically sound, and even his final ball and going forward, he's not even the complete product there. So it's a bit of a confusing one. That one, but I think it has to be a right wing back because of Cuadrado, isn't it?
Yeah, I was really happy when we got Cuadrado. Actually, I mean, I hate the guy. His Juve DNA. You just couldn't like the guy as an Inter fan. But when we got him, I said, you know what, this could work. This gives you a dribbling option. He has a cross on him. He could pass. He could play right wing if he need him to. But when he got injured, man, we lost the ability to just have a different option on that right hand side, and that's the most upsetting part about it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I mean, what about Taremi? Is that like, I know some, because I think because he goes to the Asia Cup, so he's not technically available in January. But let's say he's available in February.
The newest news is that we're gonna go for him for free in June. So,
well, I think that was always the original plan. I think the January rumors is because of what's happening. But yeah, I think the plan is. I think what, regardless of what happens, I think we will get Taremi in January, unless some crazy Premier League team offer or Saudi Arabia offer comes in.
Yeah, well, we will see. I think that we're gonna wait until he's for free. You know how Beppe loves those free transfers. So but I don't see us getting him now.
Injury though. But this Lautaro injury just shows us we need to fortify now. We can't think to the future when we have to win number 20 now. Bologna is a good example that anything could happen at any time. So I don't know. Then Zhang needs to ask for more money at the Christmas party or something.
This time, 10 euros.
Well, this time he didn't even make it to the party. He called in a conference. He was on Zoom or whatever he was on.
Yeah. He hasn't been around for a while now, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, no one's like really speaking about it, but the guy's not been in Italy for like since this whole season. We haven't seen him at the stadium, or like, it's kind of a bit concerning, starting to get like. So I heard some rumors. Some people claim he got arrested for his fraudulent, loan payments that he didn't make.
The construction business finally caught up with him.
The fact that Marotta and all the others extended their contracts, that makes me kind of relaxed about our future. So I don't worry about Zhang that much now.
Yeah. But before you go, Mattia, give us your quick thoughts on tomorrow. So no Lautaro and no Dimarco as well. Just breaking news over the last hour or so.
Yes.
Can Inter get the W?
Yes, we should. I mean, without Lautaro, we should win all the next three games. On paper, there is nothing to think about it. They're the bottom of the league. We're the top of the league. But it's easily a banana skin, as Genova showed. So I really think others need to step up, and we need to show that we're not a Lautaro team. We are Inter, we are a team, and we have to, others have to step up. So I really believe and hope we can get the win, especially since this is a home game. 2 of the 3 are home games. That's also good. So I really truly believe in another win. So hopefully we will continue our mission to get the snake 2 eyes, not just one. We need 2 eyes.
Did you guys see what Thuram said? They asked him Champions League or Scudetto, and he said Scudetto. So
I think Coppa Italia showed that, and Champions League showed that this season we have one goal, and I agree with that goal. So hopefully we get it. Thank you, I have to leave now, but thank you for having me again. It was a pleasure to see you both. Hit that like button,
See you
everybody.
later.
Subscribe. See you
Thank you,
guys.
Matthias.
I gotta
Sorry.
run off.
Okay.
Nah, no worries. I gotta run off in a few minutes myself, but I'll quickly just
Yeah. So
I'll
do the
give my
same. Give
prediction.
us your thoughts on tomorrow prediction. Is Arnautovic
Also,
scoring?
God, no, no, he is not. Even if he had
You're
an
not
open
agreeing with
goal, I think
Eduardo.
he'd make.
Eduardo saying he's going to step
No,
up.
no way. I don't expect anything. I expect the goals to come from midfield. I I'm calling it now. Mickey's going to come good. Mickey's going to find his goal scoring boots after Milan. You know, it's been a while. We need him on the score
Yeah,
sheet.
it has been a while.
And I think we probably get a defender on the score sheet and maybe Turam. So I'm going for like a 3-0. We're going to show we're not Lautaro dependent, but we're going to show in some instances that we do miss him terribly. And then
Oh yeah,
all the
yeah.
other games 5-0. 5-0. We're just going to smash
There he
them.
is.
Pavard hat tricks and everything. But all right.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me, buddy. Huh?
Okay,
Yeah?
thank you for
Sorry.
joining me, bro.
Before I go, if you wanted to say something, you want to say something?
Oh.
I didn't know what you were gonna say. Oh.
Oh no. Yeah, I was just
Oh no.
gonna.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
boys, I gotta go. For the Inter, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. For not streams. Later.
Later, bro. Take care. There we have it. Two of the legends of the channel, two of the greatest, long-time supporters of the channel. Kirby and Mattia, thanks for coming through. And you guys, I still have the comment or the link in the comments of the live stream. So make sure if you can join in. So let's get into the predicted lineups for tomorrow. See what's what in terms of Sky Sport Italia. So no Pavard. Bobby Marley, yeah, we're missing the Pavard debut goal or his first goal for Inter, but it looks like Inzaghi's kind of keeping it safe for now. Maybe doesn't want to risk him still. Like he is back. We saw him come back against Bologna for a few minutes. Looked a bit rusty, which is of course very understandable. I think we got a little bit lucky with his injury because when he got injured, Pavard, it looked like a really bad injury. Like, it looked like an ACL, but luckily it wasn't. He's only been out for like a month and a half or just over that. So all in all, it's good that he's back even before the end of the year, which was the prediction. So this is the predicted lineup for tomorrow. So I would say, apart from Lautaro and Dimarco, and of course Pavard, that is our strongest lineup. Oh, actually, Dumfries. Let's not forget. We've got 4 starters injured at the moment. Actually, yeah, when you think about it, Dumfries on the right wing back, and Pavard right centre back, Dimarco left wing back, and Lautaro up front. So we've got 4 starters injured at the moment. So let's not forget that. But that's still a strong team. Especially with how Bisseck has been playing recently. I'm actually, as I said earlier to the guys, I've been very impressed with Bisseck. He hasn't missed a beat as of yet. So hopefully we haven't jinxed him. And of course, let's not forget De Vrij. I think De Vrij is back. I think he will be back on the bench as well. But he won't be starting. So that's, slowly some guys are coming back, but then some guys are getting injured. That's just part of the season, It's with all these games and the way we play, it was always going to happen. So, but strong team. Carlos Augusto coming in for Dimarco. I think I would have probably said that in general. I think Dimarco's, we know he's not the most athletically blessed footballer anyway. Dimarco, he's played a lot of back-to-back games, which he hasn't ever before in his Inter career, and he's played a lot of minutes for Italy and for Inter this season. So I was kind of expecting some form of fatigue or injury for Dimarco coming, because he just hasn't played this often ever before. So it was coming, but we've got the perfect guy at the moment, Carlos Augusto. I would even argue he's probably in slightly better form than Dimarco right now anyway. So I'm not too sad about that. And he has to make up for Darmian, as we said, when he plays right wing back, he's solid. But I guess Lecce, you need someone that's a bit more threatening going forward. So I hope to see Augusto kind of make up for the threat on the left-hand side at least. And yeah, I agree with Kirby as well. Mkhitaryan, it's been a while since he scored. And, with Lautaro out, maybe, we do need some goals from our midfielders. Barella obviously scored recently against Napoli. But, yeah, I would like to see Mkhitaryan kind of stepping up and coming up with the goal tomorrow. Yeah, that's a really good line. I mean, obviously, we're gonna have to rely on Thuram now. Next few games, Marcus Thuram needs to take on the mantle of Lautaro and step up to the plate and score a few goals, which is a little bit of his weakness, even though he has been putting up numbers. But goal scoring is the one thing that Thuram can improve on. And if he can step up in goal scoring in the next few games, wow, this guy is, on the way to potentially becoming our player of the season behind Lautaro. But Arnautovic, I'm actually I'm not going to say he's going to step up with Eduardo, but I feel like I already thought the Bologna game, as I said in my post-match, if you guys watched, I already thought people were a little bit harsh on Arnautovic because I thought he had a decent 6.5 out of 10 game. It's just that goal that he should have scored, he didn't score that. But I thought his general link-up play and touches were okay. I saw better signs, and I think I'm still with Sanchez. When we signed Sanchez, I was still already like, okay, whatever, Sanchez. But with Arnautovic, I actually do have a little bit of expectation. Like, not saying that I was thinking that this guy was going to be, the Thuram level. But when we signed Arnautovic, I said, try to get to that Dzeko level of contribution. Dzeko only had ended up with 13 goals last season. I think for both Thuram and Arnautovic, that was my challenge to them, to kind of try to match Dzeko's output. So I still have a little bit of faith in Arnautovic. I think maybe most of the fan base already has given up on him, but especially teams against Lecce, these are the teams that Arnautovic was doing well against for Bologna. So I am going to give Arnautovic the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to keep faith with him whilst we have him, because I don't think we're going to sign any striker in January. So I think we're forced to, but I actually do think he will come useful. I think Sanchez is the one that's kind of looking like he really won't be. And yeah, Arnautovic Thuram is an interesting partnership. I mean, they both have kind of similar characteristics, although Arnautovic really doesn't have anymore. But growing, when he was younger, Arnautovic was kind of like a Thuram type of player that Arnautovic started his career. Well, actually didn't. Arnautovic started as a striker, unlike Thuram, but most of his early career he played now as like a winger, really. And then he moved into the striker position later on. He was a bit of a dribbler, a bit of a flair player. Now he's become more of a solid target man type of player. But I'm interested to see how that partnership works. Yeah, Bobby Marley, Darmian and Bisseck do seem to have some good chemistry on their right-hand side. I think it probably helps that Darmian speaks English as well, so that they can both speak English to each other, thanks to his experience at Man United. We will see how Thuram plays now without Lautaro when he's the main attacker. Yeah, let's see how he handles that role of being the main guy rather than being the sidekick to Lautaro. But I think when both Lautaro and Thuram play, you can see they both interchange a lot. Sometimes Lautaro comes deep, sometimes Thuram comes deep, sometimes Lautaro runs in behind, sometimes it's Thuram. So in terms of tactically, I don't think much changes, because I think him and Arnautovic will do the same. They'll interchange roles and positions and things a lot of the time. It's more mentally knowing that now he's wearing the big, he has to wear the cape, he has to wear the big boy suit. So let's see how he handles that, where he has to be the guy that the team looks to in terms of goal scoring and leading from the front. So Lecce, let's have a quick look how we've fared against these guys recently. So good record against them. Last time round, of course, we beat them 2-0 last season at home, and then away 2-1. We beat them, if you remember, that last second Dumfries goal from a corner. And then before that, we go all the way back to 2020 and 2019, where we drew to them and also beat them 4-0. So in general, we have a pretty good record against Lecce. And then where are they in the table? I think they're kind of mid-table. They've actually done pretty well this season. Oh, Milan is still losing to Salernitana at the moment. Yeah, the 12th at the moment. Lecce, very, very good. They were even like in the Champions League spots at one point at the beginning. 19 goals scored, 21 conceded, so only a -2 goal difference. That's pretty solid. They're gonna make life hard for us. They're gonna press. They're also obviously gonna sit back a little bit, but they're not just a catenaccio team. They're not gonna sit back. They do have a go at teams, which is why they've done quite well this season as well. So not a team again to be underestimated. And they won the last game against another high flying team, Frosinone. They beat them 2-1. Was a bit of a lucky goal or goalkeeping mistake, the Ramadani goal, but still, dangerous team. In terms of players to watch out for in the Lecce team. Lamek Banda, who is I think second or third in the league this year in Serie A for dribbles. So he's pacey, heavy dribbler, small, nippy guy. That's we have to watch out for. So that he's going to be on Darmian and Bisseck side. So that hopefully they will have him covered. And of course, Strefezza, who hasn't been as influential this season. Last season he was really influential for them, but he's kind of like their main creative outlet, tricky Brazilian, left-footed. Udan has a really, really nice left foot from outside of the box as well, so we need to watch out for him. But apart from that, they're energetic, tough. They battle a lot. They're not going to make life easy for you, but nothing crazy, no crazy standout players. They're a decent team. Falcone is a good goalkeeper as well. Are they missing anyone? The only player they're missing at the moment is Almqvist. He was also a similar player to Banda, so characteristics-wise, they're pretty much the same. And who are we missing? So we're missing Dumfries, Cuadrado, and Lautaro Martinez. So yeah, I'm pretty confident going into tomorrow. So Milan tied it up now. Fair enough. I mean, yeah. Salernitana are really, really bad, so I'm not surprised there. Let me see what the Gazzetta predicted lineup has. They haven't taken Dimarco out as of yet, but they also have Bisseck starting instead of Pavard, because some of the lineups yesterday had Pavard starting, but I think it just makes sense not to risk him for now. There's no need to risk Pavard easing back into these games. Yeah, Bisseck, Pavard 55% to Bisseck, Pavard 45%. But yeah, drop your match predictions down below, guys. Not too much else to talk about. Frosinone are going to play Juventus, so hopefully, maybe they can continue their good form. But I'm not going to hold my breath. I think Juve get a win here. Roma Napoli, the last game on tomorrow. That will be an interesting one. But in none of these two teams, it's funny now. We don't even need to worry about Roma and Napoli. We're not even halfway through the season. We don't even have to worry about them. Like, it's so nice to be in such a situation where you're not even thinking about the top four race. It's just between us and Juve. Juve is the only team we're looking at right now. It's a really, really nice situation to be in. Hey, Kirby, thank you, man. Look at that. Member for 9 months. I really, really do appreciate every single person. I'm going to have to do some sort of shouts out for the end of year, but yeah, I really, really do appreciate people that have supported the channel this year once again. We're on 7,000 something, 300, 400 subscribers. So channel has grown once again this year. Slowly, I always know, always tell you guys, a very small niche English speaking Inter Milan content. I'm not going to be a 50k, 100k channel. I already know that. Just my hobby. It's just my side, passion that I do after work. I don't always get the time to do it, but I always try my best to do it. So I do hope you guys do appreciate the effort I put in. So yeah, thank you very much for all the support, guys. Not just channel members, but anyone that leaves a thumbs up, that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Comments, that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Watching through ads, because of course we get ad revenue. We get like 0.001 cent per ad watched, but every little helps, every little contribution helps. But yeah, finishing up with match prediction. Mateo says 2-0 victory. Kirby says 3-0 victory. He wasn't feeling so confident when he was on the stream, but he's saying 3-0 here. I don't see us conceding. How it's going to be a hard score. Matthias says maybe 1 or 2-0. Yeah, I'm leaning towards a really narrow scoreline, to be honest. I think without Lautaro and with some of these injuries, and we also got to remember we just played on Wednesday, and we went to extra time, so the players are going to be a little bit fatigued as well. So we're not going to be like fully fresh like we were against Lazio, where Inzaghi completely rotated the team. Brawl! Oh wow, there's a brawl in Salerno fight at the 94th. That's I'm gonna have to tune back into that game. They finished Milan drew. Nice. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Milan, are they really in the contention right now? I don't know, but it's always nice to see Milan dropping points. So that's really good. Pippo Inzaghi, the legend, doing them dirty. The Inzaghi brothers are I think Milan fans are sick of Inzaghi's now. Obviously, our Simone Inzaghi, they get PTSD of Inter in derbies. I saw some Milan fans even on Twitter celebrating when Inter went out against Bologna, because they know now that at least they don't have to play Inter in the Coppa Italia, because otherwise they have to play Inter like 4 times a season. Now it's only the 2 derbies in the league. But yeah, now today, their own legend, Pippo Inzaghi, Simone's brother, the coach for Salernitana, has won a point against them. So the Inzaghis are not very popular in Milanisti right now. No, thank you, Mattia. Thank you. Love the effort. Keep on spreading the joy. No, thank you, Kirby. Keep spreading those, whatever it is you do in the Discord. You know. Paki, good to see you. Oh, he's got a new logo for his channel. Make sure you check him out. If you're Indonesian, he makes some content on his channel, gaming stuff. 4-0, Paki says. Ooh, I don't know. I just don't see it. Like with Arnautovic Thuram up front, I just don't see it. But maybe that'll be really nice. Imagine like a Arnautovic hat trick tomorrow to just like shush the haters. That would be sick. That would be sick. Milan drew, it finished nice. Yeah, to be honest, I'm leaning towards like a 1-0 victory. Like a really I think it might not be like a nice match. It might be like a bit of a cagey match. But when I predict those types of things, the complete opposite happens. It ends up being like a crazy open match, end to end. Lecce ain't noobs. They can defend and counter. Yeah, Varmo, 100%. 2 goals from Thuram. That would be amazing. Colombo says 2-0. Don't forget to like the video, everyone. Yes, thank you, Mattia. Barella to score language toes. That would be amazing. I know he scored recently against Napoli, but I think, yeah, we need some Barella stat padding just so we can start, speaking about him again as the best midfielder in the league. Any good transfers? No, at the moment, yeah, we talked about it earlier. There's that Buchanan, the right wing back from Club Brugge, the Canadian boy. The rumors are heating up that Inter might even pull the trigger. That's what I wanted to say. Pull the trigger in January because of the Cuadrado surgery that's going to have. So it means Cuadrado is probably out for most of the season. 7 to 8 million euros. Like, again, I'm not super moved by him as a player, but 7 to 8 million is not the end of the world. I wouldn't be against that if Auxilio is so in love with him, because we've been linked with this guy for like over a year now. So there must be buy-in, obviously, from Auxilio, from Marotta, and from Inzaghi, because if we're scouting him for that long, there must be some reason. So maybe Buchanan, but I really don't see anything else happening, because there's no. If there was a striker available for free or on a loan, maybe we would see something like that. Zexi, no, I haven't talked about Zexi. Shakira, I don't think we've been linked with him, and the release clause for him is 40 million euros at the moment. So that's out of reach for Inter. But he's a really, really good talent. Really, really like him as a player. This is not the time to drop point. Hope we get the way 100%. This is the time to keep building that gap against Juve. Victor, hope you are, brother. The meme king of Twitter. For what it's worth, Man City keeping tabs on me. Shouldn't be bad. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Man City keeping tabs on him, I don't give that too much credence. Sometimes Man City do sign just random squad fillers, like they've got that Sergio Gomez, that left back that barely plays. Like they sign players sometimes as squad fillers, like Calvin Phillips, who barely plays for them. It was a while back when they had like Fabian Delph. Like they always have, you have these like 26, 28 man squads. Sometimes you gotta just like fill them out. So I guess it's a good thing, but at the same time, the numbers he puts up in the Belgian league are not particularly impressive. But he is fast, yeah, as Mister says, he is fast. He's got good dribbling ability. He's got those Perisic style, Cuadrado style step overs in his games. Obviously, he adds that to our team, which we lack that anyway. With Cuadrado not being available, he would be like a Cuadrado straight replacement. But I just think because he's not tactically and defensively solid, I don't think Inzaghi is going to trust him. He's going to take a few months to integrate him. He's going to take time to coach him properly and get integrated, him learning Italian, learning the culture, everything. I think if we sign him now, I don't see him as an impact for now. So if we sign him, I see him as, you're signing him now and giving him these 5-6 months to develop. And then next season, hopefully he kicks on. But again, this is one of those signings where you're just trusting Auxilio. Yes, Auxilio, the wing backs, maybe he's got the best track record. Dalbert was kind of Sabatini more than Auxilio, but Dalbert, Lazzaro, some of these purchases over the last few years in terms of wing backs haven't been straight up hits. So, and Bellanova, of course, but Bellanova again, I would have signed Bellanova personally because there's only 8 million to redeem him, 7-8 million to redeem him. That's what I'm saying. Like with Buchanan, if you get him for 7-8 million, I'm not losing sleep over that because you can get that money back easily. Torino bought Bellanova in the end for that same amount. So I would have not that he was like world-class talent, Bellanova, but just as a backup, I wouldn't have minded him especially after having the year under Inzaghi to develop. So yeah, and I mean to finish up, I predict a 1-0 win, but yeah, Arnautovic and Sanchez need to step up because Luka Jovic for Milan, we've been making fun of this guy for this whole season, saying that this guy is a dusted bum. But this guy recently has started to step up for Milan. In Sanchez and Arnautovic, you cannot be left in the dust by Luka Jovic. You need to step up. The bar is in hell, but you need to score, assist, provide, contribute something in the upcoming weeks. In the absence of Lautaro, we need to see something. And tomorrow I reiterate, I actually am expecting something from Arnautovic tomorrow. So let's see. I have to go and read the Milan Twitter tiers now. Yes, 100%. When I log off this, when we finish the stream, it's time to go on Twitter and troll some Milanisti. And thank you, Shakir, becoming a channel member. Really, really appreciate that, brother. Always see you in the comments. Always has interesting questions and comments. So really, really do appreciate that, brother. And yeah, welcome to the club. And as I said, if you were here at the beginning of the stream, I'll have some more time this coming week because I'm off work for the Christmas break for the next week. So I'll have more time to make content. So I'll make probably a members only video, members only Q&A in the upcoming days. So look out for the community post in the community tab in the upcoming days. Milan fans a bit quiet. I wonder why. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go and watch the highlights of that straight after this. Jovic scored. Yeah, there you go. Speaking of Jovic and Matija Jovic, Luka Jovic just scored the goal. So now even more Arnautovic. Tomorrow you need to react. You need to respond to this Jovic goal because you cannot be left in the dust by Luka Jovic of all people. Let me see. The Milan Salernitana finished 2-2. Oh, even a red card, Fiorillo. That guy's on the bench, right? Fiorillo. He's even playing Fiorillo. Yeah, so this guy must have set off from the bench. So yeah, it must have been a proper brawl. And someone said, so yeah, Luka Jovic again rescuing a point for Milan. So really important Really important goal as well. Oh God, this guy Eduardo. Yes, I will. Guy. Once he gets a joke, this guy he rinses it to the end of earth. Gotta rate it though. Gotta rate the consistency. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that 50 minutes. Has flown past really quickly. Thank you to Mattia and Kirby who joined me to talk about the Lecce game tomorrow. A Lautaro-less Inter, a Dimarco-less Inter. Let's see if Augusto and Arnautovic step up tomorrow. 5 p.m. UK time kickoff for me, so I will be here for the post-match reaction tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. Super happy to support your channel. Love that we share a similar ground. I'm Pakistani, born in Italy, Interista. Yeah, that is a similar kind of background because I'm, Indian background, but grew up in Italy, Interista. So yeah, not too far off, to be honest, Shakir. So not too far off. Great show. Thank you, Mattia. Thank you, everyone that's tuned in. See you tomorrow for the post-match reaction. Ciao, ragazzi. Always. Forza Inter, second star mission.